So the next topic that we have to study is about the sales book. So we have already studied about a purchase book, you know. So we know, and this is also similar, or format and other type of things are similar. Only the difference is that it is under only the sales. So when we studied about purchase book, we studied that it will be including only credit sales of the credit purchases of the for resale, you know. So if any goods are purchased for the purpose of resale, those things only will be included in the purchases book. In the same way, this see like this one is there, the sales are there. So the sales of the like a sales which we have purchased, those goods and services which we are rendering, and those sales only will be coming in the category of this sales book. So if any like assets are there, any kind of properties of the company or such type of things are there, those type of things if we are selling, those things we will not be considering in the case of a sales book. Okay, and only credit sales will be included in the category of a sales book. Okay, as known as the it is also known as a sales journal, sales day book, or a sold day book. So there are three other names also: sales book, or a sales journal, sales day book, or a sold day book. The sales book is used to record all credit sales of goods dealt with by the trader in his business. The cash sales of goods dealt in the cash and credit sales of assets are not entered into this book. The entries in the sales book are on the basis of the invoices issued to the customers that exhibit the net amount of sales. The net amount of sales implies gross amount of sales as per the list minus trade discount. So here if a trade discount is given, so as we have known, so only the credit sales are included in this one. Only the credit sales are included in this book, and cash sales are not included. And if any credit sale is made of the assets, okay, so like the book goods which we have purchased and we are selling, like imagine that some products we purchased and sold it, those things will be entering. But imagine that if we have purchased like one old bike is there, or one old car is there, or one generator is there, that we are selling, and even though it is credited, but we will not include because it is an asset, you know. So assets are not coming in the category of this one. So this one means that so like if we have a shop, and in the shop we are purchasing products for the purpose of resale. So those products when we are selling, those only that will be entered into the sales book. Okay, and then when a sale is made, sometimes like when you are purchasing, see like when any sales are made, then sometimes we will be giving trade discounts. So trade discounts are provided. That amount has to be, see like if a value of 4,000 rupees. Okay, so if a product is sold for 4,000 rupees, and a 10% of discount is provided. Okay, so 10% of discount means 400 rupees discount provided. So then we will get a 3,600 rupees. So this 3,600 rupees only has to be entered. No need of making the entry for 4,000. Do you understand? So that we have to specify in the sales book. Okay. So now let us see the format of a sales book. The format of sales book is similar to the purchase book. Thus recording in the sales book is made in the similar manner as the recording is made in the purchase book. So the format of this one is just similar. So now let us see the format of this one. So like first column is for date, then particulars, then after that there is one thing called the invoice number. Invoice means the receipt and all. So like when you are purchasing, when you are making sale, we make a bill and all. So bill or invoice we will be giving, so that will be there. And next one is a ledger folio. Then there are two columns. One is details and amount, total amount. What happened? And say like when we are adding this CGST, SGST and IGST is there. There are 3 types of GSTs are there. So that if GST is provided, for that also additional column is given. This is normally without GST, this is the format. And if GST is to be added, then again see in the details column, just nearby that, there will be additional columns for a GST. And if separately like SGST and CGST is given, separate columns will be given for SGST and CGST. And sometimes both GST will be combined together as IGST, integrated GST is there. SGST and CGST together they will be IGST. So if normally when we are making, so this is the format, and if GST is to be added, then for GST, calculating GST means in order to just for showing the GST we will be having another column also. Do you understand? So this is the normal or a common format of the sales book. And let us see what are the different particles or different parts given there. First one is the date. Second one is particulars. This column shows the name and details of the customer and the particulars of the goods sold. So in this column we will be mentioning to whom the products have been sold. Okay, the name and the details of the person to whom the sale is made, and the details of the product. Okay, so like what product is sold, how much number of products are sold, at what rate the product is sold. All this information will be mentioned in this one. Okay, then after that, invoice number. This column reveals the serial number of the invoice or the sales bill issued to the customer. So when we are making, so like in our books, whenever all the sales that we are making, we need to make a record. Bill book is there. So in that bill book, we make there are like 2 copies are there. One copy is for customer copy. That like a bill book you have seen in the shops and all, it is there. So when you go to a bill book, you can see the bill book has to be made. One copy should be downside there. One paper is there, and they will keep a carbon paper on top of that, and above that there is a bill is made. So when a bill is made, which is written with the pen, that they will remove and give to the customer, and the other one, the backside page will be kept with the company. Okay, and the number will be same. Okay, see if the top page like that page, whatever number is there, same number will be there for the bottom one also. So which the customer's copy will be there, and seller's copy will be there. Both will have same number. So that number will be mentioned in this invoice. Do you understand? Then next we have to is the ledger folio. This column mentions the page number of the ledger where customers' accounts are recorded. Ledger folio means where we have entered this into the. We have to after this one we will be entering into the ledgers. So in which page number we have entered this one, that page number will be mentioned there. And the details, this column shows the detail of amount of goods sold and amount charged for packing. So if any kind of calculations are made, like any deductions are made, like train discount is given, or packing charges are there, or any other additional charges are there, those calculations will be done in the details column. And the final amount, after adding or deducting all the amount, what will be the coming as the final, that amount will be entered into the total column. Do you understand? Yes. So these are the different format. This is the format of a sales book. Next we have to study about the features of a sales book. It records only credit sales of goods in which the business is involved for trading. So we have already studied about this one. So it involves only the credit sales. And it ignores the cash sales of goods in which the business is involved for trading, since they are recorded in the cash book. So we don't include cash sales in this book because already this is entered in the cash book. Okay, and it records only the net amount from invoices that have been issued to the customers. So only the net amount. Net amount means that if any taxes are there, GST is there, that will be deducted, or if any taxes or any discount is provided, that will be deducted. Only the net amount will be there. So details will have to show there, but the final amount will be only the net amount will be displayed there. Understood? Okay, and it records sales particulars in a great detail, unlike the journal. So in this one we are writing all the details, like how many products are there, how many number of products purchased, at what rupees it is purchased, and how much discount is provided, or how much GST is provided. And if GST, there is a particular column given for GST, so we can find out the total of this GST, and from that we can understand how much total GST has been given. All these things we can calculate. All these informations can be understood. Okay. So see, for example, there is a problem given there. Let us see how this problem can be given. Okay. From the following transactions given below, prepare the sales book of RAM for July 2018. So the first one, July 5, sold on credit to SS Traders 10 khadi jackets at 250 rupees each, 10 cotton kurtis at 850 rupees each, and less 10% trade discount. So two products have been sold there. So let us see how this was to be entered. So first we will enter the date 2018 July 5 and name of the person SS Traders. And so first one 10 khadi jackets at the rate of 250 each. Okay, so this amount we will be writing here 2500, not directly in this one because there are two transactions made, isn't it? The next one 10 khadi kurtis. At the rate of 850 each. So that is 8,500. So the total amount is coming as 11,000. Okay. So total this much amount is there, and there is a 10% of a trade discount is given. So we have to write less 10% trade discount. Okay, so 10% of 11,000 is 1,100. So that will be deducted, and 9,900 is the total amount coming. Okay, so the final amount will be entered into the total amount column. Okay, this total. Then next transaction is there. Sold to Raja for cash 15 khadi sarees at 250 rupees each. So here it is written there for cash. Okay, so it is a cash transaction, and we need not to enter it into the book. Then next one, July 20, sold to Mohan and Company 5 cotton sarees at 2,200 each, and 10 khadi caps at 80. So this transaction is a trade credit transaction, so we have to enter this one. So let us next date we are right. July 20, Mohan and Company 5 cotton sarees at the rate 2,200. So it is coming 11,000. Then 10 khadi caps at the rate of 80. That is coming as 800. So there are no any 11,800. There are no any discount or anything is not provided, so there is no need of calculating anything. Then next one more transaction is given. Sold old computer to Narayanan for 25,000. So it is a old computer which is not coming in as a goods. It is not considered as a goods. It is a old product. So it is asset. So that we cannot consider as a sales. Then next one more on July 28, sold to Kumaran for cash. That is a cash transaction that we need not to enter. So only these two transactions will be entered into the books. Okay. So after completing all this, we have to close it. So we have to add up all the total together, and this will be posted to the July 31st sales account. Okay, and credit. So we will be posting this one to the ledger sales account So this how much amount of total calculating, after total calculating all the sales will be there. So those things will be entering into the sales account. Did you understand? Okay. Then next one, how to ledger posting from the sales book. How we have to make ledgers. Okay. So for there are many transactions there, like a SS Traders Cell Company, Mohan and Company, and a sales account. There are 3 ledgers we allowed to make for this one. So just the in the same way we have to make a ledger. This one, do you understand? Okay. Next we have to make the different ledger accounts. So first SS Traders. Date. This is debit side, this is credit side. So the same column, this much is for debit side, date, particulars, ledger folio total. This much is one part, debit side. And the same thing is date, particulars, ledger folio and the total. This much will be credit side. Both sides we have to make. Okay. This is a central line. So this side whatever is there, that is debit side. This side whatever is there, that is a credit side. So here first we have to enter the date, you like, right? And to sales. Transaction amount 9,900. Only that much is there. Only one transaction is there, so that we have to enter. Okay. And next same thing is there, Mohan and the company. So the date will be there as a 20 and the sales, and the amount will be 11,800. You have to make separate entry. I'm just writing it like that. Then next one, sales account is there. Okay, another one we have to make is the sales account. And in sales account, all the things will be coming in the credit side, because this one is on the debit side. So this will be coming in the credit side. Okay. So the amount that we have to enter is 2018 July 8. This one, that buy cash. So other transactions are there, no? There are 2 other transactions that we have to enter into this one. Okay. And whichever all we have entered in the sales book, that we need not to enter into this one separately. Okay. So first there are 2 transactions given there, like 2 cash transactions were there. That transactions we have to enter into this one. So that is 3,750. And another transaction is there on a 28. That is also buy cash.
So if buy cash, then might be already in credit side.
Credit side, this is sales account debtor to cash, na? So cash account debtor to sales. Sorry, first cash is received, na? Cash account debtor to sales it will be there. Okay, so sales account it is other one we have right now. Cash accounts debit side it will be there, it will be written. In cash account debit side to sales it will be written. Understood? And in this is sales account, so credit side it will be there. This is not cash account, this is sales account by cash. In cash account we will write as sales in the debit side. Opposite it is. And then only it will become balance, na? So this side if it is there, then same thing should be there in the other side also. Okay. Next chapter we will study about that. We are going to study ledgers, we will study, then only we will understand that. Okay. So journal entry you have done. So when you make a journal entry, like you are making a journal entry of a cash account debtor to sales. Okay. So this is credit. That's good. This is debit. This is credit. So credit has to be in this one. So this is the sales account, credit side we have write, and we are writing there by what, which one, this is there. How this transaction has been made. So that is by cash. So this is, here we are making on the sales side of this one. Debited thing is here. So this is, we are not debiting here. This credited here. So here it is credited. And when you make cash account at the debit side of cash account, we have to write sales account to sales. Understood? That we will study in detail about that. When you study about ledgers, you will understand. You have not studied ledgers, no? Only journal entries you have studied. So journal entries are there. So journal entry, there are two accounts are made. When you make every double entry bookkeeping you have studied. So every transactions that we are making consists of two entries. So two entries are there. One journal entry, two are there. So one is debit side and one credit side. Okay. So when you post it to the ledger, if we have to make separate all the things which are whatever journal entries that we have made for each transaction, there are ledgers are made. And in cash account, this is cash account debit side. This is debited. So at the debit side of cash account, we will write by sales. Sorry, to sales. But in this side, it is coming to sales. And on the credit side of a sales account, we will write by cash. Opposite it is to be written. Understood? Every transaction is like that. Okay. So we have a two cash account, another one cash account transaction is there. That is also amount of 3050. And the total of the sales book we have studied, full all the transactions that we have made. So fully all the transactions added together, the money that we have coming is as the 21,700. Okay, and that we will be mentioning as a by sundries as per sales book. By sundries as per sales book. 21,700. Total amount of that. Understood? So we have, when we made this one, we made one transaction, two sales. Two sales account, one last transactions we have made. So that posting is done in this one. So that should be posted here. All the together, all the account together, all the calculations that we have made in sales book, everything added together, and we will post just directly as only one entry. Understood? So in this sales book, cash account, in this sales account, this is a sales account, and which we have already made is sales book. Understood? So there is a difference between these two. This is a ledger actually. Okay. And sales book is almost equal to journal entry. So instead of a single journal entry, we all the things together we are recording. Understood? So for that purpose we are making a sales book. Understood? Then there are some miscellaneous terms are there. Okay, like goods and services tax, GST. What is GST? As stated earlier, goods and services tax is a tax on value addition covering the entire range of production activity from manufacturer to the consumer. So earlier there was different taxes added at different places. Okay. Now they have combined all these taxes together. Like when a manufacturer is making a product, till we receive the product, all the taxes are combined together and made it as a GST. Okay. When sales are made, GST is levied on the prescribed rates by the government. When there is a intra-state sales or supplies within the state, central GST and state GST are levied on the goods and services. So when a product is purchased within the state itself, if you like in UP, we are producing in UP and selling in UP itself, then for the product separately CGST and SGST is added. Okay. And if the product is produced in one state and sold in another state, then both GST is combined together and it is when there is an interstate sale, integrated goods and services tax is levied on the goods. Generally the seller or the producer pays GST on the purchase of goods, raw materials, etc. In case of the producer or seller can avail of a GST credit when he converts input into output. So like if already the GST is added, then that can be reduced. Okay, and if any additional amount is to be there, only that has to be paid. Do you understand? So there are GST. GST means the transaction, like all the taxes together we are combining and adding. So there are GST, like if any product is sold or purchased, there are this GST is for central government as well as the state government, both are there. Okay. So if a product is produced in one state and sold in the same state itself, then both CGST and SGST is added. So GST for the state as well as GST for the entire country, central government also is added. So, but when this product, like international companies are there or any other things are there, so there is no need of adding separately these things. So, integrated GST is added, means the CGST plus SGST both together, this will be there. Do you understand? So, that is about the GST. Then, there are also some other like freight and packaging charges. Freight is charged from the customer if goods are delivered to the customer at their doorstep. Similarly, packing charges may be levied according to depending upon the nature of the product or a customer's liking. Since such charges are not part of the sales proceeds, a separate column is maintained for them in the sales book. The monthly total of the column is posted to the credit of freight and packaging charges recovered account, while the customer account is debited for the same. So freight and packing charges. Freight means like delivery charges, like so like when your products are like sold. So you might have seen like some like Amazon and all, when you are purchasing a product, they are adding some delivery charges also. So like some companies, they especially the like a fridge, washing machine or any valuable products, if you are purchasing, they bring this product and at your home. Okay. So some companies, they charge that amount separately. Like imagine that you are purchasing this one and you are, if it is coming to your home, you yourself is bringing, then you are paying the money. Okay. Sometimes the company will add the value of like this one to the product itself. Anyhow, they will collect the charge, but that money they are supposed to be paid. So then see, companies itself, delivery van and all will be there. They will be delivering the products and the services will be provided, but the total amount will be added in the total product. That is called the freight charges. And packing charges are also there. So like some products are there, they need to be packed and sent. So for that, sometimes the this one, see, like mostly this is for this type of charges are coming for the wholesale products like that. So when you are purchasing large amount of products like, and from the company directly we are purchasing, so there will be, if any delicate things and all are there, so those things have to be sent, then they have to properly pack it. So many not online stores. This for or both online also they are packing, and they are not adding any additional packing charges. They are not taking. So like if you are purchasing a product, imagine that you are purchasing from Basti or from Gorakhpur or Lucknow, you are purchasing some products, and large number of products are there, and those products you have to transport it to here. So if you are going and directly purchasing from there, if you are taking it in your own vehicle and bringing, there are no any additional charges. But if any like delicate things are there, like some electronic products are there, or any glass products are there, so such type of things are there, so they need to be packed nicely, otherwise on the way it will be broken. So for that, the company will be adding additional packing charges. Okay, so those packing charges, if it is there, then that has to be mentioned.